Okay, the present perfect. I have been. How do I make sentences and questions with this verb tense? And when do I use it? The present perfect uses the verb have or has and this thing called the participle to make sentences in the past. It is different from the past simple. For example, the past simple, I was. The present perfect, I have been. Okay, so I need to use have or has and this thing called the participle to make a sentence in the present perfect. I have been, she has been. Only been? No, I can use the participle for any verb. I have been, I have seen, I have visited, I have lived. As you can see, sometimes the participle and the past simple is the same word. I visited, I have visited. I lived, I have lived. But sometimes the participle is a different word. I was, I have been. I saw, I have seen. Okay, teacher, so when do I use this present perfect? There are two situations when we want to use the present perfect in English. Number one, when we are talking about something in the past, but when is not important. For example, I have been sick 3 times this year. In this sentence, I am saying that this year, sick 3 times. I do not say when I was sick. Because I don't say when I was sick, I use the present perfect. I have been sick 3 times this year. I was sick in February, I was sick in July, and I was sick in September. In the second example, I use the verb was, the past simple, because I am telling you when I was sick. February, July, September. But if I only want to tell you that I was sick 3 times this year, I will say I have been sick 3 times this year. Here's another example. How many times have you visited your parents this year? Now I am using have and visited in the question. How many times have you visited your parents this year? The answer? I have visited my parents 2 times this year. When did you visit your parents? Now I change to the past simple. When did you visit your parents? Answer: I visited my parents in January and July. This verb tense is very common to use when you want to know if somebody did something in the past in their life. When is not important. For example, have you seen the movie Aladdin? Have you read the book Don Quixote? Have you been to New York City? In all 3 of these questions, the answer is yes or no. When is not important. Yes, I have seen the movie Aladdin. No, I haven't read the book Don Quixote. Yes, I have been to New York City. When did you go to New York City? I went to New York City in 2001. In the last sentence, I changed to the past simple. I went because I told you when, 2001. Situation number 2. The other time when I use the present perfect is when I'm talking about something that started in the past and continues now. One very common verb we use in this situation is live. I have lived in Columbus, Ohio for 5 years. This means 5 years ago, I moved to Columbus, Ohio. And today, I still live in Columbus. I have lived in Columbus for 5 years. This can be for a long time, 5 years, or a short time. I have been here for 10 minutes. Where are you? This means I arrived 10 minutes ago and I am still waiting for you now. I have been here for 10 minutes. Where are you? So, look at these 2 example questions in the past. How long have you lived in Columbus? How long did you live in Columbus? The first question uses the present perfect. How long have you lived? The second question is the past simple. How long did you live? What is the difference between the meaning in these 2 questions? In the first question, how long have you lived in Columbus? This means you live in Columbus right now. How long did you live in Columbus? Means you lived in Columbus during your life, but now you live in a different place. Here are the 2 answers to these questions. I have lived in Columbus for 5 years. I lived in Columbus for 5 years. I have lived in Columbus for 5 years means now I still live in Columbus. I lived in Columbus for 5 years means I lived in Columbus for 5 years, but now I live in a different place. Okay, quick review. We use the present perfect to talk about the past in English if when is not important. For example, have you visited Europe before? Yes, I have traveled to Europe 2 times in my life. I went in 2008 and I went again in 2012. We also use the present perfect when we talk about something that started in the past and continues today. For example, it has been cold all week. That means the temperature was cold Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and it is still cold today. It has been cold all week. Okay, that is all for today's video. I hope this video helped you to understand when to use the present perfect in English. If you have a situation or example where you are confused, do I use the past simple or do I use the present perfect in this situation? Leave a comment on this video and I will let you know which verb tense is the best for your example. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Sam. I'll see you soon.